Ketones is the moment of truth here. We have BHBs. We really should see something, unless that Pico 2 is doing crazy stuff we don't know about, or the glutamine is messing me up. Hello?
Welcome to PricePlow.
What's going on, you Keto Maniacs and PricePlow Nation worldwide? This is Mike here, and we are moving forward with yet another keto supplement review. Today I have Sparta Nutrition's Keto BCAA, and so this is the third of the series. We have 5 total, and so far I absolutely loved Cognitive Keto. That's probably going to be my #1 ranked keto supplement out of this series. And then there's the Keto Pre-Extreme, which just didn't cut it for me, unfortunately. Question is, what about the branched chain amino acids? And so there's a couple things we got to talk about with this formula. First off, it is a 2 to 1 to 1 leucine, isoleucine, valine ratio here. And so there's 5 grams total of branched chain amino acids. You can watch my previous videos in showing that leucine as a ketogenic amino acid did raise my blood ketone levels, and I'm very positive on that. And in fact, I'd rather this be a 4 to 1 to 1 branched chain amino acid ratio. And honestly, I forget which one of the two, but one of the isoleucine and valine, isoleucine tasted so bad. I remember that. One of them was glucogenic, and the other one is half glucogenic, half ketogenic, so it can be converted by your liver to ketones or to glucose. And so in the keto diet, we're trying to go in more of that ketogenic route and not have too much of a blood sugar spike. And the reason I bring that up is because we do unfortunately have our arch nemesis ingredient here, 2 grams of glutamine. I get it, glutamine does taste good. It helps flour out the powder and everything, dissolves great in water, dissolves well in the mouth and everything. But at the same time, unfortunately, it spikes blood sugar. You give your liver, glutamine is going to give you back glucose, and that's how it is. And keto dieters are trying to stay away from that. However, this is a workout supplement, and having a little bit of blood sugar during that time isn't the end of the world. So first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to test this product just sitting here fasted, and then what we're going to do is actually train with it later. Yesterday with the Keto Pre-Extreme product, I would have loved to have this here for the BHBs and the branched chain amino acids at the end of my fast. I would have loved to have had it because I was starting to bonk during that workout. And I honestly would have liked to have the branched chains. As much as I love caffeine, I would love to have the branched chains more than that Keto Pre-Extreme. But that was the review I was doing yesterday. Today we're here with the branched chains. So we're going to sit here. Again, we got another lemon lime flavored supplement. And maybe it should have mentioned it first, but the whole point that we're here is that this has the branched chain, not the branched chains, it does have that, but it's got the BHB salts, Beta-Hydroxybutryate, and so we have calcium BHB 2.5 grams, sodium BHB 2 grams, so that's 4.5 total, I can do math, and then top it off to get to 6 grams total of magnesium BHB. Now notice that some of those products have some of the products out there have higher doses than this, but as you can see with the whole keto series, it's kind of like a 6-gram dose of the BHB salts. So you're going to end up getting, maybe 3 or 4 grams of the actual BHB, which for cognitive keto did spike my ketone levels. But then you have a bunch of other ingredients added. So it's almost like to get a huge dose of this stuff, you either need to do 2 scoops or mix these products together. Pre-Extreme plus Keto BCAA might have been a good one. And then finally, here's the question mark with the flavor. And I'm going to tell you right now, it tastes good. You got Pico 2. Now this is sold by Compound Solutions. Pico 2 is a Cordyceps militaris plus all sorts of other mushroom blend. And what I've noticed in the past, the first time I tried it was with Scivation Extend Perform, and we've since had it with some other products. What I notice is my heart rate stays lower when I use this, and it's like noticeably lower. There's all sorts of, so these cordyceps mushrooms do have a lot of adaptogenic properties. What I notice is lower heart rate, and I find that I find it fascinating, to be honest with you, because like a set of deadlifts that would normally have had me at like 160 beats per minute was like I was down to 150, and I would do this consistently. I track my heart rate pretty consistently, where I noticed something crazy going on here, and it's like the overall perceived exertion was less or something to my body. Anyway, so Pico 2 is in here at a full 2-gram dose. Problem is that is an earthy taste to it, and as we saw with Cognitive Keto, the earthiness of some of those other ingredients were very well covered up. One thing I haven't mentioned throughout this whole series is that Sparta Nutrition is not afraid to use sucralose here. Now, some keto dieters come from the paleo world where sucralose is not acceptable. Others come from the whole, like, I don't care, get me low carbs, I want it to taste good, and let's get through this low carb thing without sweetener or without sugar. And if it happens to have sucralose, that's okay. This is the keto dieter that we're talking to right now because this does have sucralose inside. First, before we start, I'm going to check my blood ketone levels, and then let's weigh out a scoop and do the tasting. I'll show you what it looks like, and I'll be back 45 minutes to show you where my ketones end up. Oh man, okay, I'm getting in. My blood sugar is at 66. Almost wouldn't mind if I had a small spike from the branch chains, and I have no idea what the Pico 2 is going to do to the blood sugar. Now we got to get my ketones. I'm guessing I'm going to be at a decent level given my blood sugar. 1.2, perfect. All right, I like to be above 1.0. 0.5 or greater is technically ketosis. 1.0 is when the magic starts to happen a little bit, and 2.0 is when things start getting fun. 3.0 is when you start getting maybe spiritual. Anyway, I've been at all those levels. I do like to stick between 1.0 to 1.5, but given that CJ's always like making me eat protein bars and stuff, that doesn't always happen. All right, so let's weigh out a scoop, and where is my scale? Hang on. Okay, that's what the powder looks like. Not your typical all white powder. There's no artificial colors in here, but Pico 2 mushrooms, it does add a little bit of that brown earthiness. We'll see how the taste works out. All right, well, I was expecting a 16-gram scoop. We came in heavy here. It packs really tight, so it's one of those type of powders that you really gotta either weigh out if you don't want to waste too much, or you need to, you gotta weigh out, or don't pack it as crazy tight as I did. But it's kind of variable, so can't really say much about that except for use a food scale if you don't want to be plowing through your bottle too quickly. Let me weigh it down to 16 ounces, and then we're going to do the tasting. All right, close enough. I had to take a little bit off there. Got my clear cup here. And right now CJ is like, dude, you need to get some sort of app to make the colors better, bro. And I'm just like, okay, I will eventually. We got 1,000 things happening right here. And colors, there. That's what it looks like here. Kind of brownish aminos. Hopefully it doesn't turn many of you off. Doesn't really bother me. It's all about the flavor and the effects. And that's what we're really testing out here today. But I'm not training yet. I do have to get some training in. It's really the same. Okay, so it's the same flavor system that we had before, which is a great thing. This lemon lime, not too sweet, not too sour, but definitely sweet. Yeah, this is a little sweeter, but they had to kick it up a little bit because on the back end, you are getting the Pico 2. This is one of the best Pico 2 flavored supplements I've had. I think it is worth the minor setback in flavor, but let's be honest, Pico 2 is going to take your flavor down a notch or two. You're drinking mushroom powder there, so that's just how it's going to be. But would I have any problem drinking this during a workout? Because most people are using BCAAs intra-workout? Absolutely not. Is it the best thing I ever had? Absolutely not. But it goes down without a problem. Now, the question is, do keto dieters want cordyceps? That's up to you. I think it's a great innovation. That's it's an add-on that not everyone wants, but when people have it and they actually use it for a month consistently, they're like, that was pretty cool. Like, everyone has noticed it's something different. Like, some people get better focus. Some people seem to notice, like myself, the lower heart rate. Other people are like, dude, I'm breathing easier. You know, a lot of people know their cardio really well. And other people are just like, well, it made it taste a little worse. But overall, I am positive on it, and I think it's a good spin. I don't think there's any keto reason it's in here. It's just in here just as a differentiation because everyone's got their thing, and Sparta's doing this. All right, so I'll be back in 45 minutes with the blood ketone levels. Let's hope that we are at least at 1.2 in the ketones, and I'm guessing my blood sugar will go up a little bit. Who knows what that cordyceps is going to do? Boom, we're back. What do y'all think? Do I look more ketotic here? So let's check out the blood sugar. I'm literally hoping that it went up a little bit. We were at 66 before. I will say that I was on the phone. We got a lot of great things coming here at PricePlow. This is things have gotten exciting again lately. I love being fasted. I love being in ketosis. I got more energy, man. But okay, that was a legit spike there. Running around talking on the phone does raise my ketones, but that was way more than I expected. Or it does raise my blood sugar. Sometimes I notice that, but that was more than I expected. I really didn't even drink any water or anything, so maybe my blood thickened for a second. Ketones is the moment of truth here. We have BHBs. We really should see we really should see something, unless that Pico 2 is doing crazy stuff we don't know about, or the glutamine is messing me up. Hello? All right, 1.3. That is, in my book, PricePlow proof. That's actually exactly what I would have liked yesterday when I was doing the Keto Pre-Extreme. And I know I could have cheated, but that would have ruined the review. Anyway, the branch chains, they're either not, or the branch chains of the glutamine are either kind of offsetting the BHB salts that are added here. And I just had an idea. Okay, so they're either offsetting the branch chains, and then I'm slowly getting more and more fasted. I guess I'm not any longer fasted, but I'm still hungry. Anyway, things are continuing the direction we want. I got ketones in my blood supply. I now have a little bit more sugar in my blood supply. And in a workout state, this would have been great. And so I'm happy about that. Now, my idea is I do have some raw Pico too. Maybe I should just throw down 2 to 5 grams. It'll be disgusting, but we'll see how that affects ketone levels. Does mushrooms affect it? I don't know. Either way, I'm going to be back later tomorrow to actually train with this stuff and see what happens. But as of right now, this is doing exactly what I want. Would I rather not have glutamine in here? Yes, I would take the 2 grams of glutamine and add in instead 2 extra grams of leucine. That's the way I'd change this. But overall, this is already PricePlow approved. In terms of, I didn't drink any water. In terms of taste, I still do have the taste in my mouth, but it's mostly that lemon lime. And I got a little bit of aftertaste from the branch chains themselves, not the Pico 2. And that means they did a good job covering up the flavor, in my opinion. So overall, I'm positive on the branch chains, but if I have one keto product to buy from Sparta, it's still going to be Cognitive Keto. All right, we'll be back tomorrow with a full-on workout review so that I can get sweaty and put a different hat on. Yes, today is tomorrow, and we are here for the fasted cardio review. This is really the real purpose of having a branched chain amino acid kind of product like this with the BHB salts inside. So let's get off with the blood glucose and ketone test, and then see where I end up after 45 minutes of cardio. I'll throw on my heart rate monitor, and we'll see how many calories I burn according to my heart rate to make sure that I get a legitimate workout session in here. I will say that in the past we have seen that another supplement, BPI Sports' Keto Aminos, which is probably my arch nemesis supplement right now, and I don't even know if they've reformulated. I really wish they did. I don't think they did. Anyway, that actually made my ketone levels drop 3 times, including the one fasted cardio session. So I want to see what happens during this. Now, when you are fasted and you get deeper into fasted state, your ketones will go up, your blood glucose will continue to go down to a certain level. But as you start, if you have like a very aggressive workout, I'm talking like an hour and a half long or something like that, then ketones also start to come out then. And so I'm curious to see what happens here if the ketones can continue to rise, or if like my body just starts using the ones I have and I don't generate any more. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I want to see what happens, but as long as this thing doesn't take me out of ketosis, I'm going to be a happy camper. Let's get the blood test. Glucose 84, around average, not as crazy low as it was yesterday. And so let's see if the ketones around, hoping for 1.0. Hey, there we go. I guessed it. You're starting to feel it when you know exactly what your ketone levels are going to be at. Okay, so I'm going to bust out this new Judas Priest album. Seriously, anyone who's into rock or heavy metal, check it out. I think it's called Firepower. Whatever, the new Judas Priest album of 2018, absolutely unbelievable. It's the album of the year. I don't see any metal band beating it. Seriously. So we're going to listen to that. I'll be back, and oh, wait. I actually have to drink this stuff. I'm so excited to actually listen to this album that I forgot to do what I'm here to do. This is not a music review system, but I'm happy to make it one. Okay, so let's get some of this stuff in here. We're looking for 16 grams. Oh, so yeah, what's the strategy here? I don't want to just chug this all right now. Like typically what I want to do is kind of start off in the beginning of the workout, chug about half of it, water it down, and then sip on the rest throughout the workout. That I think is the best way of using branched chains. The research I've seen shows that it's best to get a good bit in like pre-workout or before your workout or whatever. So, but the way we like to use them is also to have it spread out throughout the workout. The whole point here is not to build muscle. The point here, especially when in ketosis for me, it's to not lose muscle, whatever I have left. So that's the whole challenge here. And so you're going to see me drink about half of this now. And then I'm going to get some more water. And then we will, yeah, I taste the BCAAs a little bit there. They're not fun to mask. What was I talking about? Judas Priest. All right, yeah, I'm gonna fill this up with water and get some fasted cardio in, and we'll see if I'm above 1.0, at 1.0, or below. All right, I'm back. Judas Priest is back, but most importantly, are my ketones back? I'll be honest with you. So yeah, I sipped like pretty much every 5 minutes. I made sure I took a sip. Oh yeah, let's check out the stats. I screwed on for 5 minutes, so then I had to catch up, and I busted out 800 calories in less than 40 minutes. It was like 39 minutes. And so here we are 45 minutes later, per usual. Now, I'll be honest, you can start feeling things when you drop the carbs out, or when I drop the carbs out, I start getting a little more connected to the body. I felt myself starting to fade within the 20 to 30 minute mark, and then I felt myself bounce back, like the ketones kicked in or something happened. I have no clue where I'm going to end up here, but let's get my blood test here, and then we'll talk closing thoughts. So my take, you can tell I'm the more Gen X person out of this group because I listen to my music albums all the way through. No playlists or nonsense there. That's a good sign. 73, I burned up whatever blood sugar was given to me and then some. And so the ketones are the most important. I listen to my albums all the way through, so I didn't listen to that whole album. My take with this, my buddy Brian, who hates that I'm in the keto diet, he's a carber. The music aficionado, he hates these albums that have 14 songs in them. And it's like they took the best 8 songs, just knocked it out, 40, 45 minutes, then you don't have to mess around with the inferior songs, it'd be a better album. I'll agree with that, but I still had a great time. Boom, man, everything's working here. Feeling good. The supplement kicked in. I almost think I should have chugged a little bit more in the beginning and then spaced out the rest throughout. Overall, this is a PricePlow approved supplement, but, I get that the glutamine makes it taste better. I get that a lot of people like taking glutamine during their workout. As a keto dieter, I don't want anything to do with free-form glutamine. So you lose a little bit of point there. I'd rather have more leucine, but that leucine is gonna bring down the flavor compared to glutamine. So I get it. Overall, PricePlow approved supplement. It would be great to have. Maybe the next thing I do is kind of an energy aminos thing with some of these ketones. I'm a big fan of this stuff. I do believe in fasted training. But I do also believe in using the branched chains to break my fast for that fasted training because I'm already deep enough in. I don't need to go any deeper. I would like to, at that point, be anti-catabolic, and that's what the branched chains are going to do for you. Would it be better if they added essential amino acids? Yeah, probably, and then the taste is even worse, and at some point, you're not going to want to drink the supplement. Instead, they chose a different route with the Pico 2, and you can check out the research there. There's a new study posted a couple weeks ago. There's something to be said about mushrooms. I will give you that. But if you don't want that, then there's other choices out there. This is what Sparta Nutrition went with, and I like the route. This is PricePlow approved. Overall, Cognitive Keto is still my top Sparta keto supplement. These guys are doing some cool stuff. The flavor is fine. If anything, my mouth is just dry right now because I should have drank more water, and so I'm going to go do that right now. Subscribe to the channel. I have a whole lot more coming. I think we got to do some more stuff with we're pretty much through most of the amino acids. It's time to start messing with the carbs after I finish this Sparta series. So we'll see how many carbs I can kind of shuttle in before screwing up. Glucose disposal agents. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm going long enough. Thanks for watching. Subscribe.
Welcome to PricePlow.